Wait, we don't have a cold open.
Today's podcast brought to you by Truly Margarita Style Hard Seltzer.
Yeah, I was going to thank you, Will, for these. I was going to say the first drink of mango chili, I was like, but I'm into it now.
I was like,
It only took me 3 drinks to get it.
yeah, so we got Truly Margarita Style Hard Seltzer made with real lime juice and blue agave. Got classic lime, strawberry hibiscus. I don't like the hibiscus. It always reminds me of grandma's. Watermelon cucumber
River
and mango chili. I'm currently having classic lime and it tastes good.
If anybody wants a little, what do we do? A shout out or some kind of recognition, TBD recognition. If you secure a, what's it called now?
Case.
No. The Mountain Dew one. Baja Blast
Hard seltzer.
Baja Blast Hard Seltzer is coming. I didn't see the date when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Is it not going to be till summer?
I don't know.
Anyways, that will be a top of the list try.
Baja Blast Hard Seltzer, yeah, is in the works. Got a shout out to all the new Railroad listeners that discovered the podcast this week.
Why this week?
I don't know. People just kept coming up to me, finding out about it.
Oh, well, welcome.
Spreading like wildfire.
Oh, you know what? The original thing. So Will and I were sending ugly pictures of ourselves to each other last night.
Uh-huh.
But I was trying to do the hair. It started because I was going to split my hair down the middle and be that train guy who's like,
What's his name? Francis.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I was going to try and be that guy, and then it went full. Then I found the spiked collar, and then it all went downhill.
I thought you were being the mammoth from Ice Age.
That is the thing. My haircut right now, yours might do it sometimes too. When I get out of the shower, it'll go, part down the middle.
Mine doesn't do that.
Part down the middle. Well, my hair is so like swooped.
Yeah, from having long hair.
If a couple catch this way, it just does the perfectly Devin Sawa and other 90s people. And
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, I can never. Well, my hair doesn't part down the middle naturally, but I could never force a middle part.
When I do it, one goes like up and over and one goes down.
Oh, yeah. But it reminds me too much of junior high. Everything junior high is off limits to me because in my head it's all awkward. And I would say parts down the middle, shirts with
rugby polos.
No. I think I'll always be into rugby polos. Like shirts that have very small checkerboard or that sort of type of print. If you're
small plaid.
Yeah, small plaid, small checkerboard.
Reminds me of Dad's work for some reason.
Yeah. Those were in fleece vests.
Oh, yeah.
That was all. I mean, I had a fleece vest.
Columbia fleece vest.
Yeah, I could never wear
whatever one was from Costco.
I could never wear fleece vest. I could wear the Eagle Sun or whatever weird brand is that Costco. I'll wear a puffy vest. I did that.
I had a puffer, I think.
But yeah, fleece. Do you have anything? I have a few things that it's like, even if they're the most popular thing in the world, I could never. I mean, I'm not talking about weird stuff, but I'm just talking about stuff from junior high era. Yeah. Me,
I can't.
I could never ever do that again. I could do a puka shell again.
I was so cool. I have a hard time thinking of something that I wouldn't. No, I don't know. I was a dork. I just had 100 graphic tees.
Oh yeah,
literally. I counted over 100.
You could probably never wear a graphic tee style, even if it.
I still love the graphic tee. Still love it. Still love it.
Okay, this is the start of the show. Welcome train people.
Yep.
We have some jokes for this week, so we always do our monologue style jokes. Actually, I went away from monologue style this week for one of them.
Oh, mine are still.
How are you feeling? Are you thinking this is the first or second week?
I've got I've
Dude,
kept
what
them.
are you, a comedian?
I've kept them all.
Oh, I should go transcribe mine.
Yeah. What do you think? What'd you say?
You want to go first or second?
I can go first.
Okay.
Cue the music. I like the music in the background. Lets you know what section is going on. But we need to be better about not talking about
Not talking
jokes.
for 10 minutes.
All right. Did you see this new Kristen Bell show on Netflix?
Yeah.
A woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, as it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty good show. I binge watched it. It was just me on my couch in my underwear watching a show about a woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window.
Tongue twister.
It was good. But for real, though, that title, I guess now the Midwest emo kids are making movie titles now. Remember those songs?
Mm-hmm.
They're titled like
Yeah, if you're
Baby Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek.
If you're indie, it had to be some super.
It was kind of like
title.
emo/indie/screamo stuff.
Did you really watch that show or no?
I really did. It was actually.
It was a show. I thought it was a movie.
I thought it was too, and then it was a series.
Oh, I did watch. I can fully recommend Murderville now because we watched that.
I've only watched one episode.
The Camille one was the funniest.
Camille Nanjiani.
And the Sharon Stone one was surprisingly good.
What about Marshawn Lynch?
That was probably second. But also, I got a lot of joy out of the Conan one because I know that they're friends.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about Conan from his podcast.
When they're like
and
laughing.
Watching. Yeah, they laugh the most, but.
All right, remember, we have to talk about it after the.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. In other movie news, Disney is looking to start production of a live-action remake of the 1937 classic Snow White. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
After receiving praise for casting a Latina Snow White, they're now catching some blowback from Peter Dinklage.
I almost did a joke about this last time.
The Game of Thrones star, born with dwarfism, stating that now it'll just reinforce stereotypes that the movie created in the original film. But I don't know what he expects us to do, just act like dwarves and elves don't exist.
I was just thinking, like...
Do we have to talk about this?
He's a short person.
LP.
But the people in the movie are magical creatures.
Right.
So it's like, it's not the same thing.
I know, I was trying to understand it and read about it, and like so they're saying it's like in The Hobbit and stuff, like they're mythical creatures, and so it's like portrayed like that, but then...
I know. It's a little crazy.
I don't know.
How about this? In a recent song, Kanye West rapped, "God saved me from the crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass."
Oh.
Now, whether he goes through with it or not, I've heard better bars out of Tobey Mac.
That's a specific crowd.
Weak, yeah. And this is my one. I said, this is not monologue. This is old, like Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh.
Hey, no respect. I'm not really looking forward to Valentine's Day. My only hope of ending the night breathless and panting is catching COVID. All right, that's all. Oh wait, that's not a trombone. It's a trumpet.
It is. That's a sad
they do
trombone.
That with. Oh yeah. That is. Tammy, don't text me during the show.
I know. Lauren texted me.
So this week I thought we could do some Valentine's related content.
Ooh.
It's Valentine's Day. I don't know who listens day one. Not Tammy.
Valentine's Day is how the caviar stream got started.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh. Wait, I have pre-Valentine's content.
Okay.
Even though this is the Valentine's episode, I have to correct a giant mistake. And we're not going to go through the whole thing because we already did once.
Yeah.
I have to address Hatsuyumi again.
Yes. The
And
first dream of the year.
The first dream of the year and what it tells you about your future. And you want the Mount Fuji and you want the eggplant and you want the, what was the
Eagle.
other one? Eagle.
I just talked about this in the van ride from the station to the crew base.
So we went through Will's dream, and it was more fun when I was editing
Because that's
it.
what happened. I got in the van, and
Oh.
they're like, "Hey, Will, what do you think of the number 47?"
They did?
Yeah, and I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, I already talked about that." And they're like, "I don't know. So and so told me to ask you that."
Oh.
They didn't even know why.
Oh, that's funny. I thought they randomly asked you about the number 47. I was like, oh my gosh,
I know.
it's coming.
And then
But-
someone sent me this picture.
That's hilarious.
It's like,
Okay, so we did all that. Will had the dream. It was the dogs and the horses, blah, blah, blah. Honor. We decided that we interpreted using various Eastern Asian traditions that you would have to work honestly with nobility
integrity.
and integrity, but it would still take some luck to accomplish your
Right.
47 for the year. And we took a whole pretty much episode to do all that.
Right.
Except there was a big mistake.
What happened?
That was, and so like I just said, we had to do the interpretation. We didn't look up the American interpretation, Western,
Yeah.
German, white, evil,
White devil.
patriarchy.
Patriarchy.
Patriarchy. We didn't do that interpretation. We looked up the symbolism, Asian symbolism.
Right.
And we did our best to stay in Japanese, but we had to borrow from Chinese a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the time we recorded that, it was not what?
The Lunar New Year.
Exactly. That was your last dream of last year.
What?
That's
Did the Japanese follow the Lunar New Year?
Yes.
Oh boy, because I haven't been keeping track. I don't know if I had a dream.
That's why I text you. You did have a dream.
Oh, what was it?
Okay, so I had a dream.
Oh yeah.
I have a dream. So I had a dream. Listen to this dream. This is my first dream for the new year. And like I said, we're not going to spend the whole episode doing interpretation. But
Right.
my first dream of the new year was kind of weird. I was like, I don't know if I was a venture capitalist or who I was walking around with, or
Gary V.
or maybe I was a reporter or something. But we were like visiting this. He was a scientist, but he was like dressed in sort of normal clothes. He was kind of
Like Elon Musk.
No, he was Ned Flanders looking. He was looking like a
Nerd.
And
But not wearing like a lab coat.
no lab coat. And there was this thing he was injecting into
The vaccine.
leaves. It looked like silver stuff, like the veins of a leaf, you know, the middle big stem, and then it goes out, and then the cool patterns and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some kind of silvery thing he was injecting in there.
Metallic.
Yeah, metallic looking. And so in my dream, it sort of made sense, but he said there was some way of storing, like it was going to overtake computer storage.
Oh.
and doing it.
So the cloud, you're storing it on the tree.
Yes, and you're saving it in the leaf. And he was doing this big explanation of how nature has been evolving for billions of years, and this is like the perfect shape. And
It's how they communicated in Avatar,
yeah,
the tree. All the plants would talk to each other.
they were all connected.
Yeah.
And so that was my first dream. It was
You
a
might be
big
onto something there.
It was a big mistake to
Uh-oh.
not. We try to consider all the Asian variables,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we forgot the most important variable is when does the new year start?
Right. Dang.
Yeah, it's the lunar calendar, man.
Mine was not that good, and it was a lot shorter than the last one. All I remember is my pillow. Like my sleeping pillow. It had a bunch of giant Dr. Pimple Popper-esque blackheady things on it.
In your pillow.
Yeah, just looked like it had all these craters.
Oh,
And-
from the pillow itself, it wasn't like it fell off your face onto the pillow. It was like the pillow had zits.
My face was fine. The pillow had deep, large, like the ones you just scoop out, and there's still a crater there, like an hardened abscess. And that was my dream.
Wow. Okay, so if somebody wants to do some Hatsuyumi, make sure to look up the Asian style interpretation. We don't want any false interpretations for the year.
Hit me with that Valentine's Day content.
Well, I don't have
Do you have Valentine's Day plans?
Yes, it's go to the doctor all day.
Nice. That's on the Monday.
Yes, Tammy has she meets with a even more specialist person.
Yeah. We're doing
a 6-hour exam on her.
We're celebrating whatever the Hallmark Americanized patriarchal holiday on Friday instead. Because who wants to do it
tomorrow?
On Monday?
You mean?
Yeah.
Or the next Friday?
No, this Friday.
Tomorrow. Last Friday.
I don't even know what day
for the
it is.
podcast. Last Friday. How was it?
So good.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Oh, of course, it's the lunar year of the tiger.
Oh.
Let's go Geaux.
Yeah.
Burrow.
Joe Burr. But I know you wanted to go back to some old times. Old segments.
Yeah, we need to
old segments.
Be the Bad Brothers.
And so I went back and looked at some questions I thought we could answer.
Let's do it.
Some of these are
like dating questions.
No, some of these are like some are dating questions. Should we do those first?
I don't care.
No, let's do the other one first because there might be more serious things. Is like addressing your relationship. Kind of like taking a relationship inventory.
Our relationship?
Yeah. Like this first one says, how have we changed this year? But the we is like a we, you and me, not individual.
Right.
How has what's gone on between us changed this year?
Since last Valentine's Day, I just think we just keep getting closer and closer.
Mm-hmm.
When something happens in my life or something, I want to tell you about it, and check in on each other, and blah blah blah. More involved and understanding in each other's lives, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking, even last Valentine's Day...
When I use a big word, I have to text you.
Yeah, because we started the podcast in like June, so February would have been about still just like 8 months, which is a long time when you're getting together weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say same thing. I think even probably in February is probably still like this is not that it was awkward, but just I think also I wanted to like tiptoe more because I was like, oh, our relationship is getting good again. I don't want to like
Ruin it.
yeah do anything or say the wrong thing on the podcast or
Yeah.
not that we're that serious, but it's just getting better, dog.
Always.
Um.
Oh, I feel like I can smell this hibiscus.
What do we want to accomplish individually this next year and as a couple?
Individually, just keep getting better at. It's funny because I'm having trouble doing it right now. Get better at talking and sharing and writing jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you made it about the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to think about the podcast then.
Well, I don't. And then the other stuff, I don't know. I want to just move forward financially. I don't have a specific
okay
thing I want to share on here.
Okay,
but
forget that. Don't too serious. Yeah, what do you want to accomplish individually on the podcast?
I want to get better at writing and engaging in conversation that I don't like start, So if you start a conversation about something, being better at jumping right into it and being involved instead of just listening quietly. I am a good listener, but
yeah,
it doesn't always make for the best podding. I do have an update.
What are we going to accomplish as a couple? What do you think we're going to accomplish as a couple?
Video.
Yeah, video. We'll do it.
We can do it.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
If I keep working overtime, then maybe I'll be the legendary. What were we calling it?
Legacy extraordinaire.
The legacy donor.
What was the other thing you were going to say?
I was going to say I had an update on joke writing.
Oh, go for it.
I was going to talk about it later, but we can jump it right in here if you want.
Let's leave it for next time. We got content.
No, it needs to be this week.
Oh, it needs to. Okay, go ahead.
I am in the process of signing up for an open mic. A new open mic that's never been done before at a new bar called the A Street Pub in Auburn. They posted about it. It's going to be every Saturday in March. I'm going to try to do one of them, I believe. And so I emailed them because their link was broken on their Facebook, of course. So then they sent me the link, the sign-up info, and it didn't say anything about them not letting anyone in, so I think I'll be able to do it.
It seems like those things would be popular or something.
I know. But
so I hope you get on.
So we'll see. I'll let you know. Gonna try it out. I'm kind of just gonna turn... spoiler alert, if you listen to the podcast, I'm going to try to just turn some of the jokes that we've done into a hot five.
Type 5.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a goal for the year.
Shooting for March 5th. 8 p.m. A Street Pub. We'll let you know if it's confirmed.
Do it. That's cool. What do I want to accomplish on the podcast this year? Getting you involved, just learning how to. If you watch like Two Bears One Cave, like Bert talks the whole time. He's crazy. He actually talks the whole time.
Yeah, like the drinking game. Have you heard of that? Where it's like, anytime he starts a story and doesn't interrupts his own story and have a drink or whatever, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, he does. You'd be a full blown alcoholic just 2 episodes.
Right.
Yeah. I think one of the things I'm worried about video is I think sometimes like when I take pauses like I did just now, there's natural pauses, but when I'm editing and stuff, it's like my pauses are like another half a second of, and it's mostly like trying to be precise with my own thoughts. I guess it's probably just how your brain works. Some people's brains are just like, I'm just gonna keep going, and I know I'll find it.
Do you think if you're watching it though, you could get away with a longer pause because people know you're pausing?
I think that's true, but there's still gonna be audio, so it's like I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And it'll probably be single cam, so it's not like you could cut to
Yeah,
me
exactly.
while you cut the audio.
Yeah. Unless I had more time or something, or
And I have to hire someone.
get some ads, get some ad rev up in here. And what can we do?
Yeah, we need to make a commercial.
What can we accomplish as a pod for this year?
Remember I told you I have a proposal for a commercial? They said, send your commercial. We'll put it on the pod.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we've had some good episodes up until right now I'm just kidding.
we tried to think of this once.
People.
What 3 things do I appreciate about you?
Oh. What do you appreciate about me?
What do I appreciate? What have I...
I appreciate your education, like how smart you are about things and willingness to look them up and share them and things like that. I feel like I can go to you if I have a question about something.
And I will say, one thing I appreciate you, I think it's also because it's different about me. Well, you said you are good. You think you're a good listener, but I also think more than just the podcast or whatever, I think you have like if I say something that's more serious, you have an immediate concern in it. Like you actually care rather than empathize rather than just saying like, I mean, just like we were saying at the beginning of the podcast, like there was a time where we didn't know each other as well. So it's like, I didn't know who you were as an adult. Is like, is he really, hardened or whatever? If you were like, or are you like weird about talking serious? And if I told you something, you'd go like, okay.
Yeah.
And wouldn't know what to say or wouldn't know what to. But if I do say something like all the different health things that are going on and stuff, I know you do care and stuff like that. So that's good. Let's not try to do 3.
No.
Okay. How about this? What turns me on about you after all these years?
What turns me on?
No. But I have an idea for this.
Okay.
So you would have to say, what if you were a female? And I have to say it too. If you're a female,
what turns me on?
The pictures I send you?
The pictures, especially the one with the spike collar. Turns me on. Your hard work.
No.
It has to be physical.
Yeah. And no, I mean, this question didn't mean physical, but I'll make it. I would say about you, you're not as clean shaven as you are. Right?
Did I tell my story on here, the Are You Gay story?
No.
Okay, we can save it.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Oh, I just might not remember. Stay tuned. You may be hearing a story over again. I would say if this isn't really, I don't know if this is a sociological sort of reflection or an attraction reflection, but I would say you have a strong angular nose and jaw.
Jaw. I never thought that.
You have a face. I'm not saying you don't eat carbs. I'm saying, but just the shape of you, it's very just.
I never thought of having an angular jaw. Definitely.
And you have sort of
I've been self-conscious of my nose before, especially from the profile. Like it's a point too far pointed.
if it hooked over
Yeah.
like that, you might think like, do I have too big of a nose?
Mm-hmm.
But because it's like perfectly
Triangle.
sloped,
Isosceles or right angle.
yeah,
Triangle.
a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yeah. Did I send you that thing? It was like, I just want to know what the hell is y equals mx plus b.
You have a look. See, this isn't really a attraction thing. This is sociological. That's what I'm saying. You have a look of somebody. You have a commanding, sort of like strong look to your face.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
These masks are covering it up.
Just from here up. No. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess.
Sorry about your.
Thanks.
I'm saying.
Sorry about what?
You're saying your worst trait, and I'm saying what you think is your worst trait is your best trait.
What's my worst trait?
You said your nose.
Oh, I just said I've been
you've been
self-conscious of it.
self-conscious.
Yeah. I think what really just gets my engine going.
I got blue eyes, dog.
Your pearly blue eyes. But actually,
With glasses, I got beady eyes.
but actually, I was gonna say your eyes actually, and they're like kind and soft.
Soft eyes, which was a
And the bags,
way of saying
the
ugly
bags,
in the past.
bags under them.
Oh man, some days they are dark.
No, not the circles.
And
Just the
yeah.
this part, the lower eyelid.
Yeah, why didn't you get bags? Yeah, you got them a tiny bit.
I got
but
some.
not like me.
Yeah, more, but it makes you approachable.
I got my I got my baggy eyes and my gray hair, just approachable. That sounds off the market. The
What?
lady who hugged me today, she probably didn't even like it. I had an awkward hug, and I couldn't remember if I hugged a lady like two arms hooks under hooks.
You gave her the underhooks. Jiu-jitsu.
I think I underhooked her, but I don't remember. And if I did, that's
hilarious.
embarrassing.
It's also funny that she was like out of town. You know,
It was
like
a-
manager.
It was a
or whatever.
rendezvous for sure. A rendezvous affair. I have more questions, but I have
I forgot what I was.
and
what
I
did
don't know what
write down?
I don't really know what I'm gonna say about this. Just gonna throw it out there
Oh,
because
boy. Freestyle.
I thought it would go with the Valentine's theme.
Right.
It's sex related.
Ooh.
So this is just for the if you're a 14-year-old teenager that's listening to this is not for you.
Fast forward.
Jesus. Remember him?
Yes.
So there's this
The
site.
guy at the gas station in the morning.
There's in the city of Capernaum
Uh-huh.
by the seashore. There's a city of fishermen. Back
The
in
Sea
Jesus'
of
day.
Galilee.
So Jesus.
Sea of Galilee.
Yep.
That was a question. Sorry.
Yeah. And Jesus was born in Nazareth,
Mhm.
and even though typically
Wait a minute. He was not born in Nazareth. He was born in Bethlehem.
and he grew up in Nazareth.
You're trying
Nazareth. Went to Egypt, came back,
trying to pull the cloth over my eyes.
but as he grew up, and Capernaum was like his
Tacoma.
center of. He probably lived in Capernaum for most of his what the stuff in the Bible
When he was an adult.
yeah.
When he was out on his own.
And that was where Peter was from.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this place in Capernaum that they think is the first Christian church.
Mm-hmm.
They've done all this archaeological experiments, like testing the whatever.
Carbon dating.
They do some carbon dating because actually this is probably not carbon dating,
Most
but
Christians don't like carbon dating.
they study the layers of ash
Oh.
And so they can tell at like a certain
Love studying some good ash.
at a certain point they can tell it stopped being used for a home or as a home because it's in this big. You can see where all these old walls were, and the homes are like the size of this room right here.
My home, yeah, I know. Shocking.
Even smaller. Just this room. I'm cutting off that room.
Okay.
Even though this is called a 1-bedroom, it's still kind of 2 and a kitchen.
Yeah.
And way home. So, anyways, they can tell that this stopped being used as a home
Because it had less
and
ash.
they started doing some modifications to it quickly, and they didn't find home style pottery and stuff like that. They found big, whatever,
Gathering style pottery.
and there was pilgrimages to that site already by the 300s and possibly before. So it became a holy site like almost immediately after Jesus' death and resurrection. And that's why
32 AD.
33.
Oh.
Adjusted maybe like 37
Oh.
because of the time. That's why
The lunar calendar.
That's why they don't say BC and AD, they say BC and BCE.
Or what's the
If
other
you're
one?
a secular scientist.
What's the other one? Wait, what's BCE?
Oh, you're thinking BDE.
BJUs from last episode?
Anyways, so there's something I love to think about the old times, and there's something that really I think about a lot, and going to a town where you saw all the old foundation of these homes, because the homes would stay in the family for years and years and years, hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
That's your family's little spot.
Yep.
And you live there forever.
Yeah.
Generations. So this place had all been excavated, and there's those little homes, and like I said, it's the size of this room, but you got to fit your bed, your table, your donkeys live in just, you kind of scrape it down. You have one little level that's down. That's where your animal hangs out.
Not outside?
There would sometimes be a door there, but sometimes it'd be inside because it gets cold.
Jeez.
There's no clouds in the sky to insulate the heat.
Yeah, it's like a desert.
So wherever your kitchen is, that's there. It's all just there in this little, 10 by 10 little spot. And I think, when and where are these parents getting it on?
I don't even know.
That's away from their children.
I haven't thought about it once.
The children, it's not like they're getting educated back then.
Maybe they do it while they're at school.
They're not getting educated. That's literally,
Mr.
Listener. Mr. Listener, that was literally the sentence I said.
For some reason, I was thinking sex education.
Right. When they're away at sex ed. They don't have writing, but they do teach them how to put a condom on a banana.
They were at school at the tabernacle.
At the synagogue.
Synagogue.
The tabernacle was gone, man. That was gone with Solomon.
Sorry. This is why you have the education. I appreciate you.
You just said you went to Christian school.
When?
You should have remembered more when you were snapping bras and stuff.
That was pre-recording.
Anyways,
it doesn't exist.
I just think they're in that little space. Where are the children?
Mm-hmm. How are they getting it on?
Because this is another thing I think about a lot. It's hard to get in at least for me, it's hard to get in my mind that people who lived, I mean, even 100 years ago, but even 1,000 years ago or whatever, that there are just like normal people. Because you see like a period piece movie, and it's usually somebody important,
and there's always something going on.
Yeah, and they're always saying like these and thous, and
You never just see like a normal Thursday afternoon where nothing's going on.
Exactly. But that's what those people had. They had like, hey, you're late for work this morning and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, your sister lives 2 huts down, and whenever the kids go over there,
the people of Capernaum and Nazareth, did they have, what's it called, where like the whole family all lives together? Like in like the Philippines or whatever, where it's like, you have the grandma and the mom and everyone else and the cousins, and only like sometimes like one person will go move like somewhere else.
The place we were at, it has like very small. It was like a fishing village.
Yeah.
So, and it was like right by the coast. So I think it was almost like little apartments, for dudes. But you would have your family's like plot of land. So you probably weren't going. If you didn't live in a city where things were right on top of each other, like the place I saw, it would be more like a plot of land, and you all are hanging out there.
Yeah. It's not. Is it called a commune when it's like your family? There's like another word I feel like I'm thinking of, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
anyways, but it's like they just have like normal lives. They talk to each other like normal people. They have the same concerns that you or I do as normal people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you're a parent, you got to shut and lock the door, and your kids go to bed. Stuff like that. You can't just.
Well, maybe their kids go stay at another friend's hut and they take turns.
That's what I'm saying.
The parents plan it out and take turns.
Well, I also remember one of the first few episodes we recorded of this podcast, when we got done in the garage, you had 2 lovers outside your house making marital love.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And they were loud.
Yeah, it was summertime, the windows were open.
It was definitely performative.
Yeah.
But it was shaking the foundation.
You could hear it
reverberating.
You hear the carnal noises coming from the street behind.
I couldn't tell where they were coming from. It was like a bombardment of sound.
Forgot about that.
Twirling me in all directions.
That was garage number 1.
But there's that too. You gotta, if everybody's living there, and your daughter.
Maybe it just didn't have the same stigma before. Maybe it didn't have the same stigma before the Puritan white culture of America.
You think parents are just doing it in front of their kids?
No, maybe not right in front of their kids, but it wasn't like you had to hide it.
Imagine just every time that happened, you're just laying on a bed of straw and animal skin, trying to be quiet, on the other side of a 2-inch mud wall.
What are you trying to get at here? Do you want me to give you an answer or what?
It's just something I think about.
Okay. I don't know.
How did they do it in old times?
I don't know. Maybe they went off.
They needed workers for the field.
Maybe they went off.
So they had to be doing it.
Maybe they went out in the wild and did it.
Now there's a possibility.
Put the kids to bed and you go out behind the mulberry bush and.
Because the light situation was way different back then.
Right.
You just take your candle down there.
And there's more, it's not so populated.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably just find any tree or bush to go behind.
Yeah, or even just far enough away in the dark that another person's candle can't reach it.
Yeah, that doesn't go very far.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Anyways, that was my Valentine's related content. And I felt like that was a good episode.
Yeah. I give you an update on the food menu. I was thinking about that. To a flashback from the pod of because I said something about food, and then my coworker was like, "Sorry, it doesn't fit your bougie food."
Somebody who listened from many moons ago?
No, it was like from other conversations we had, and they're like, "Sorry, it doesn't fit into your bougie food lifestyle or whatever."
Yeah.
And then Then it reminded me of you talking about the caviar and stuff.
I still think about that. That's funny. And I wish I could go to
The
a place.
podcast is starting to seep into real life. And
I go to like beautiful places in my dreams, and I'm like, I wish I could go there. It just feels so good. Like that bar.
What bar?
The bar you went to do your food tasting that was also attached to a bedroom for some reason.
With the old ladies,
but
tasting
it was like,
menu.
But the inside, it was like this beautiful because it was all see through, and there was you could see like these green trees on the other side of them.
Wow.
So it was just, it was just. Gotta go
I think you're onto something with the saving the data in the trees, new form of storage, new form of data storage. And data and data storage is like the most lucrative business right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're onto something.
Okay, we'll research it. We'll end this episode and we'll research it.
All right.
You like to wrap us up?
Sure. This has been the Bad Brothers Podcast. Thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm sorry if you have an Android, you don't have a lot of options besides Spotify and YouTube.
I thought it was on Google. I'll check Google.
Check Google. I didn't think it was.
Anyways, I don't put it on there, but I heard somebody say they listen through there.
Oh, the RSS feed is on there? We'll investigate.
Leave a comment on the
for
post
you Android
and let me know.
Listeners. So yeah, appreciate it. Look forward to updates about stand-up open mics and videos, and if you want to be a legacy donor looking for a $1,000 donation for our video, and we will talk about it for the rest of time and put it in the credits at the end of every video.
Oh yeah,
brought to you
credits
by Your Name Productions.
Oh, I'd love that.
Legacy
Productions.
extraordinaire.
Yeah, we could do that.